Everybody here,
Hi.
welcome to Trike Talk. Another segment. We got some new people here. We got a wonderful panel. We'll have a wonderful time tonight. We got Miss Banana Heads here. She is live and in person. So if I can get the panel to introduce themselves, so everybody in Sling World will know who you are. Starting with Mr. Darnell. Go for it, young fella.
Well, Daniel, I'm right here from Durham, and I'm enjoying the ride with the BCS.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
All right, Miss Lisa.
I'm Lisa. I'm from Lewisburg, and I second the sentiment. Yes, I am proud to be with Bull City Slingerz.
And newest member. Go right ahead, lady.
I'm Misha Holt. I'm from Chapel Hill. But I go by Eris. So
Chapel Hill. Mm,
Chapel Hill.
mm. I ain't gonna say nothing about all that.
Oh no!
Don't
Wait.
start, Malik.
Are you a
Don't
Duke
start.
fan?
Oh,
Are you a Duke
good.
fan?
No, absolutely not. No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay, well then we're good. We're good.
Absolutely not.
We're
Absolutely
good.
not. I guess everybody knows me. I'm Malik. On my thing it says Little Magic. That's what they call me. That's my nickname. Thanks, Dad. And I am, of course, with BCS. I'll be asking the questions, I guess, tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Donna, aka Banana Head. I'm just part of BCS. Enjoy the family and the fellowship, and I like to eat, so that's why I think we do so well because everybody likes to eat too. So
Fantastic. So it's going to be a wonderful night. We're going to have some wonderful questions for everybody. We're just going to ask some general questions. Just speak off the hip. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're thinking about. We as BCS, we're so happy that y'all decided to come hang with us tonight. And we're thrilled. So let's get with it, Malik.
Sure. Did Arthur, I don't know if I missed it. Did you tell everybody what the subject matter is today?
We're talking about and new riders. What was your decision making on wanting to ride and join BCS?
Or any other group? Not just BCS. If you're not a member of BCS and other people chime in, why did you go from being independent to being a member of a group? So let's start off with well, I guess my first question is, if everybody is BCS right now, I'm just saying if people could chime in. Prior to being a member of BCS or in the BCS circle, were you a part of another group or were you an independent rider? That's my first question. Donnell, I'll put you on the spot first.
I was part of another group. It was a smaller group. I'm the type of person who want to ride with a larger crowd, more socialization, more, the family oriented type of deal. And that's what I get now.
Okay. Lisa, I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Well, I got my slingshot in August, I think, this past August. And I was introduced to Bull City Slingerz by Arthur Strickland, G-Man. And when I first met you all, I was blown away. Just the camaraderie. I was never part of a group before, and I am an introvert by nature. But when I met you all, it totally changed for me, and I wanted to be part of Bull City Slinger.
Lisa jumped all up to the next question. You already asked a question too. You jumped up. Eris, how about you?
Well, like Lisa, I'm new to slinging. So I've only had my slingshot for a year. So around this time last year, July, I bought my slingshot, or my husband bought me a slingshot because he knew I wanted one so bad. And I was online because it was about to become riding season, and I was just looking up slingshots, and Bull City Slingerz ran down my timeline, and I clicked on it, and I was like, wait, Bull City, like, is this my Bull City or is this another, you know? So I was like, wait a second, this is my back door. So, you know, I was like, well, let me just, you know, see when their meetup is, when they ride, like, you know, what do I have to do, you know, to ride with these guys? And just so happened, Fiona had posted something about a meetup at Harbor Freight. And then you guys, but it was for like the checkup though. And then you guys put together a ride after that. So I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. That works with my schedule. I'm definitely gonna meet up and see, you know, how this works because I had no clue. So I met up and I met everybody, and you know, this second ride was it was even better than the first. So, you know,
Excellent.
what can I say? Everybody was great.
I have a question for you. You said, how long did it take before you quit wearing your helmet?
Quit wearing a helmet? I never wore a helmet.
That's what I thought. Excellent. Excellent
You
answer.
know, in North Carolina, because honestly, that was a huge decision for me because I was like, I do not want to wear a helmet. It is too hot. I can't handle it. So for me, that was a huge, you know, a decision factor for me was the helmet. So because originally now I wanted a Can-Am. But then the helmet thing, that just kind of sent it over the top for me. And I was like, okay, no helmet, that's even better. That's even more air. You know, you get that complete bike feel. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So just a little history here. I don't know if I guess Arthur and I, we were early on independent riders just because we were the only ones around. It was in Durham, it was 4 of us, and we found people in Raleigh, but we were independent riders. And so when we decided to form a group, um, literally there were 4 of us that would meet up and ride, and we had no idea where this was going.
Right.
But the people that are on here with us now were what we envisioned. People who wanted to fellowship, and people that wanted to give back to the community. All the things that we focus on. So we started, I guess, Arthur. We started off as independent riders just because it was just us. It was, you know, we've been in it so long. There was nobody else. Isn't that right, Arthur?
Yep. There was only 4 slingshots in all of Durham back in 2015 when I first got mine. That's when they first came out. They came out April of 2015. I got mine in November of 2015. And it was only 4 of us. And we did a Christmas parade that year. And 2 of the guys that's in our group now saw us at the Christmas parade. And they went and got whatever they saw us riding in, and they hit us up. They the group.
Yep. So, Fiona, you as soon as you got your slingshot, and you know the helmet thing was directed to you too. But Fiona, I just had to put the story out there. Fiona showed up for the first time, and she had on her helmet. She called hell. She called hell for having on that helmet.
I see that, yo.
For you, honey.
Yeah, and I called hell for picking on her because I had Pepto Bismol in my glove compartment. So I called hell back. So Fiona, once when you first got your slingshot, was your plan to find a group to ride with, or did you just happen across us? How did that work for you?
So I had wanted one for a while. I think when I met you all, that was 2021. So I had just finished closing on my house and all that stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy my slingshot. And then I went to Polaris website, and that's when I saw the green one I wanted. And I was like, okay. So I think it was literally these days I was at the little corner market right there near Harbor Street. And that's when I saw you all in the parking lot at the Harbor Freight parking lot. And that's when I went over and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just looking at the slingshot on the website and stuff like that. And then I started building it. And then it said I had to go to the dealership. So that's when I was like, hey, like I was asking questions, you know, what dealership should I go to and where can I purchase one? So I had made a decision, but when I found that there were other people riding, that's when I was like, oh, I want to ride too. So I thought it'd be better to ride with a group versus just trying to ride by myself.
Sounds good. So now we're gonna move into the future from when you decided to when you started riding, when everyone started riding, and you identified a group that you wanted to be a member of. Fortunately, it was BCS. But once you decided to join a group, and Lisa, you started the conversation, so I'm gonna go back to you first. But what sold you on no longer being independent and, you know, being in a group?
Well, like I said, I'm pretty much an introvert, but when I met you all were just so welcoming and just so genuine. And that's what sold me. And I like being associated with good people. And y'all are good people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to ask everybody else, but did Eris, you said that you connected with people right after you got your slingshot and you saw that we were in the area. Did safety, did that play a role in joining a group as opposed to just riding independently?
Yes, it did. And because I was new to riding, I didn't know what the rules of the road were. I didn't know anything. So it was kind of like a follow and see. You just got to follow everybody and see how this thing plays out. So, but what I liked for me personally was I like how you have the riders to go ahead and stop the traffic for us on both sides, sometimes not just one side. That's huge. And this last ride that we had so many riders. It was so many. And I was like, it was just, to me, it just kind of put the icing on the cake for me to see other riders go ahead, because I saw some riders coming from the very back to go to the front ahead of the group to stop the traffic. So that was huge. And I really like that. I like that a lot.
Donnell, I know you hate hearing about the last ride because you couldn't make it. But
oh, oh well, sorry, Donnell, but it was nice. It was nice. It was nice.
I was able to make it, but I was told I was not able to ride. So
yeah, Arthur put his foot down.
Uh-oh.
Donnell, and it seems like Donnell, really does seem like you've been with us for a long time. And that's a big part of that is your personality and how, you've always engaged with everybody out there, kind of fit right into the Bull City way of doing. And I know you said you were with another group and, you enjoyed the larger number. Is the number of people that are around being a member of a group, is that more attractive to you? Is that something that, you had to adjust to? How does that work for you?
I think the more people around is better. That's what really attracted me to Bull City, and the friendship, the fellowship, everything else. It just fell right into play. And like I said, by me being with Bull City Slingerz, I have received so much love just from the group itself on a day-to-day basis. I have more friends that I communicate with now than I ever have before. knowing that it's a group that actually have my back when I'm down. Everybody stepped up. That is something that is always going to attract me to Bull City Slingerz. And
So-
you're the main one that normally call me every couple weeks or whatever, just to see how I'm doing. You and all.
Yeah.
So those two, I really do look up to y'all. I do appreciate the invite to be in the group.
Well, I'm glad you're still talking to Arthur after he put his foot down and said you couldn't ride because he wanted to make sure you were doing okay.
That's right.
So go ahead, Arthur. I'm sorry.
Donnell, why did I tell you couldn't ride? Let everybody know why.
Like I said, you want me to be safe out there, might help.
That's it.
Yeah. So
Because see, I'm more concerned about the person, and I want to stay healthy so we can get a whole lot of rides in versus doing that one ride that might send you back to the hospital. So I wasn't gonna let you ride like that, dude.
Hey, look, I take my hat off to y'all. Appreciate you.
well, I'm going to build off of what everybody did and ask a different question. So everyone has talked about the social aspects. They've talked about the safety. They've talked about the way people treat them, that they were new to riding. All those things, put all those into a basket. I don't want you to refer to if you were telling someone to come join BCS. But if you pulled up to the gas station and there was a new rider, somebody who they still had 30-day tags on their slingshot or their Can-Am or their motor, whatever, and you approached them and they said, yeah, I just got it. I don't have anybody I ride with yet. What would you tell them to look for in the groups that they're exploring? That, of course, I know this panel will say, go online and go to BCS LLC. That's what this panel would say. But just remove yourself from that position. If you were telling an independent rider what to look for or how to make a decision, what would you say? Fiona, I haven't asked you enough questions. Uh-oh.
Okay, what's your question? What I would say?
Yeah, if you speaking not from BCS, but to encourage or advise an independent rider that might be looking for a group, what would you tell them to find out about, or what would you tell them to take into consideration? Did I put you on the spot?
But I got my Pepto for you. Anyway,
I know you do.
so, I don't know, because like the other day I was like, there's this guy that has the same green slingshot like mine. He picked his child at the high school also, and you heard me when I was on the phone with y'all. I was like, "Hey, I don't know what you do, sir, but you did ride with us or something." I was like,
Good people.
Hey, brother.
What's happening now?
What's going on?
I don't know. Life is good. How y'all doing?
Oh, y'all know after Fiona answers, I'm gonna jump on Tone because he has no idea what you guys' answers were.
I do not.
So, go ahead, Fiona. I'm sorry.
but I tell people, if you like to ride, if you like to read a group, and I kind of give that perspective.
Getting some feedback.
Do I need to mute my thing? Hold on.
Yeah, it was you. I tell you, just like
He gonna be late and disruptive.
prayer. Father God, we here today. Here come Tone.
It's like walking into church and you like, excuse me. Same thing. Carry on.
Go ahead, Fiona.
But yeah, so I think for us, what I like about our group, we have a lot of we have familiar faces and new faces. I think one of the things that I like to tell people is we don't have isolation. We don't have cliques. We don't have people who are just be with each other and it's always the same people. Like you always see all of us mingling with everyone. We greet everyone. we make our rounds. And I think that's what people like the most, because it's kind of hard to have something like that when you have so many people at one environment. I mean, it's a lot of people. But if you start seeing like all of us, we're all working our way, welcoming people, hey, how you doing? And I think that's what I like to tell people is like you get a sense of you are valuable to us. You are a person. You're not just someone who just shows up and it is what it is. It's like, no, you know, we like a shot, what's your name? Welcome, you know, and just people they feel like, okay, I really want to be a part of this because we do value everybody.
So Fiona, and I just want to make sure I'm hearing you right. If you were advising someone else, it does sound like it would be really important that they understood that they should be part of a group where they are not just valued as a member of the group, but valued as individuals and appreciated for what they're bringing to the group, and not what the group is just bringing to them.
Right.
Okay. Tone, you still here? Can he hear me? Is he stuck?
Tone.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So we've been talking about what brings people to groups, what they look for, what they would tell other people that are considering joining a group. And as you know, our group is different than a lot of groups. You know, we're not worrying about dues or requirements to do this or requirements to do that. The only requirement we have is that you want to be part of the group.
Right.
And that you want to be part of the family.
Okay.
So all that being said, based off of your history, based off of your experience, if you showed up to Harbor Freight and you saw an independent, well, there's always independent riders there. When you see a new rider, what would you tell them to look for over and beyond what they're going to get with us? But just in general, what would you tell them to be aware of if they're looking for a group to join?
For one, good evening, everyone. And part of my tardiness, I'm gonna blame it on Malik for sending me the link late.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. What I would tell them, first and foremost, we find out, again, what is the purpose? What exactly are you doing here? What are you looking for? What are you looking to get out of it? And to at least coming into it with an open mind. My experience thus far have seemed like, everyone has been warm and welcoming, like nobody haven't been. If you showing up, you could be intimidated by all of, the Polaris, everything that's out there. That could be intimidating. You can pull up with a basic, ride, right? So that can be one, and then two, you try to find someone that, you're gonna, who can I target and who seems relatable, whether someone's Polaris or someone Cam's kind of looks similar to yours or things like that. So if you pull up, and that's your purpose, you navigate to that person. If that would happen to be me, I would just tell them that, hey, first of all, welcome, and again, find out what exactly you're looking to get out and to fellowship with people, and then just welcome them with open arms, and
Well, it sounds like you just described Pops. So I'm going to you now, Arthur, because everybody on the screen knows if you pull up, you're going to be greeted by Pops. You're going to be greeted by Pops, whether it's your first time riding or you've been riding as long as we've been a group. It doesn't matter. Pops still greets me like I'm a new person. We've been at this for years. So I mean, he makes you feel genuinely open. Pops, when you go out and there's independent riders or Or even, I won't even just say independent riders, riders from other groups, because we get a lot of people that ride from that are members of other groups too. What do you tell them? What do you share with them to let them know that they're welcome, and so that you can bring back to conversations with me or Fiona or Donnell or whoever to let them know what they value? What information do you gather from new riders to make sure they feel engaged?
Well, the first thing I do of people, I take all of the pressure off of trying to sell DCS or myself to them, because I tell them right quick, just come and have some fun. I don't mention anything about what we do, how we do it. I say, if you just come and have some fun, you'll come back. I don't put pressure on people. I've never asked anybody to join the group, and we've been doing this for years now. I've never solicited anybody. I never went after anybody. I've allowed that individual to come see for himself, and then he can determine if this is something that he wants to be a part of, if this is something that he wants to, do on a part-time basis. And so that's what I do. I tell people all the time, it's not about the group. Just come and have some fun. Just come relax, let your hair down, smile a little bit, meet some different people. And I'm going to treat you the same way every time I see you, as if it's the first time. Because that's just how much I care about people. I never get tired of seeing you. To me, every time I see you, it's brand new. I treat you like it's the very first time. That's what I do to people that pull up to the gas station, and they might see me in my slingshot. And the first thing they say, "Oh, I didn't know there was slingshot." Hey, dude, just come to L House or come to Harbor Freight on date so and so, and just see if you like it. You're welcome to ride. And that's what I do to people. I don't put pressure on them.
And I think Arthur, I think that's so important for independent riders to know there's no pressure. There's no, we've always said, we're not recruiting anybody. If someone is interested, welcome aboard. You are now a member of the family, especially because we can see how people interact.
And it's what's so funny, when people finally decide to ride with us, the first question they ask is, how much the initiation fee? And when I tell them nothing but a smile, they look at me like I'm stupid. But a smile, I say, hey, that's your initiation fee. If you enjoy yourself, you're in the group. They said, oh, man, how much I gotta pay? Oh, how much is this? Or how much is the dues? I said, we don't have any dues. But how y'all do the things y'all do? It's because we all come together at some point, and we have the same mind to get them done. It's easy for us to all want to do.
Lisa, if let me see how I can phrase it. If you could bring what you would consider the perfect person to be in a group with you. And this is a trick question. If you could bring the perfect people to, other than me, so we're gonna take me out of that list because I think it's me. But if you could bring the perfect person, like if you were identifying someone who would benefit, that's what I guess I'm trying to figure. Someone who could benefit from going from being an independent rider to joining a group. What would you think that person might see that they could use to make that decision? Does my question make sense?
It does. And I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever I'm out somewhere and somebody comes up to me and asks about my slingshot and they say, oh, I want one. I'm like, okay, why do you want one? And then they'll say, I want to have that feeling of freedom, of independence, or whatever the case may be. And then that's when I start telling them about Bull City Slingerz. I share my experience with them, and I tell them, I said, they're just a group of genuine people. So the ideal person that I think that would benefit from being a part of the group is somebody who's open, somebody who's genuine, and somebody who enjoys people, somebody who enjoys just having fun and enjoys the fellowship.
And now I have to say, I've had 2 opportunities to interact with Eris. That was this past ride and the wellness check. I'm sorry, I drew a blank real quick. So we've had 2 hours. That's right, isn't it, Eris?
I don't remember the wellness check, and if we did, it's probably my fault.
Oh no, maybe it wasn't the wellness check. But you've been with us on 2 rides, right?
Yeah, I was there for the wellness check. We may have.
Oh, you mean about interacting with me? Oh yeah, I was sitting in my slingshot the whole time. It was real brief. It was like, hey, but y'all know I'm always sitting in my slingshot because I don't move around well. But you've been here for two rides that I've seen you at. We'll put it that way.
Yes.
Well, so not as much we interacted. And then just thinking about what Lisa said, was there anyone that you had a chance to speak with before you started riding that really encouraged you or provided information to you or anything like that?
Yes, there were quite a few. I mean, like as soon as I rolled up in the parking lot, before I could even get out of my slingshot, I had 3 people come into my slingshot asking me about my top. And it was just all downhill from there. And it was just so many people. I think is it Terrell, last name DeGraffery?
DJ?
Oh,
I don't know the nickname.
Yeah, from Wilson. JD Terrell.
Yeah, yes. Now that's my buddy. He's become my buddy. Like and funny thing, he followed me on Facebook, and I didn't have anyone else's number. And on the ride, I said, listen, send me the ride just in case if I miss you guys, send me the pad that you guys are going to be on and I'll catch up. So he was, my go-to guy because I didn't have anybody's number, other than messaging through Facebook. But quite a few people I got to meet. Very, very nice, very, very warm-spirited girls and guys. Like I said, it was like I had been knowing some of them for a lifetime. Like they were really, really down to earth, very down to earth.
Well, and I know our group, but we would hope that other groups too make sure that people feel like it's a safe place. Like right. When you come, men, women, it does not matter, married, single, that it's a safe place. Yes. And that's the case. Now, you said that when you got there, you were able to talk to a lot of people. Yeah. Did you have people in your circle before you came there that you could talk with?
No, I didn't know anyone. No. So it was just walking in blindfold, basically.
So it sounds like so far what we've talked about so far, and I know I keep recapping, but somebody was late. So I'm just recapping though. So far we've talked about going from being an independent rider to joining a group. The things that we've identified as making the decisions. Mm-hmm. Number one, safety. Yeah. You get shared experiences. You are able to embrace, encircle yourself with like-minded people. Yeah. There's also similar goals like the fellowship or community give back, things like that. Those are the things that make a decision to join a group. One thing that we had not talked about, and I don't think it applies, well, maybe a little bit to Lisa, but I don't think it applies to this panel. the influence of friends in joining a group or gravitating towards a group, or people who shared previous experience. Maybe they came from the 2-wheel world to the 3-wheel world, or other people that in your natural supports that may have made a difference. Do any of you have family or friends that say, hey, you just got your slingshot, you need to make sure you find a good group of people to ride with, or was that something you did independently? Anybody? Donnell, I hadn't talked to you in a minute. Maybe that's why I ain't talked to you. What's going on with your technology?
Ain't nothing wrong with my technology.
Oh, okay. Well, did you have anybody who in your group, your circle, that influenced you to join a group?
If I'm not mistaken, it was you.
Me?
I met Harvard Freight. When I pulled up, was going to the Kimbrels or somewhere, and you were sitting over there waiting for everybody to come in. That's when I first got my right after I got my slingshot. That's how I heard about Bull City Slingerz. Because I think you was down there waiting for everybody else to join in.
In my dirty slingshot.
We had that conversation, and it went on from there.
Excellent. Anybody else? Did you have over and beyond just our group, family or friends or people who had experience? I know Arthur, you came from the 2-wheel to the 3-wheel, so and I know you had previous experiences. But does anybody else have experiences that their friends or other people influenced them to seek out a group?
I want to ask Tone a quick question.
Yeah, shoot.
Tone rode with us about almost for 3 months, Tone, before you made a decision.
Yep.
So in that 3 months of you hanging out, riding with us and checking us out, what were you thinking?
That's a good question.
When I rode the first few months I rode with you guys, I was extremely excited about the group. I was like, wow, older, mature, men and women that I wanted to be around. Nobody was, big headed about what they ride looked like. Nobody was screaming, this is better than mine, better than yours. It was so warm and welcoming. Prior to me joining BCS, I had looked to ride with another group. And what deterred me from riding with that group is just what you spoke about earlier, Malik, about dues and all this other stuff. And being a new rider on a slingshot, I wasn't prepared to be a part of that. And some of the restrictions that they was putting on, and I was like, wow. Again, I wasn't familiarized with that world. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to join anything like that. So when I logged on to Facebook, I started seeing a whole bunch of slingshot, type world things out there. And I'm like, wow, everybody's a part of this. So I shot an email to BCS. I believe Pop sent me a response back. Fiona sent me a response back, and I got accepted, and I'm like, wow, this is new to me. This is what the 3-wheel community is about. I started seeing stuff, riders from Greensboro and Charlotte and Raleigh. And I'm like, wow, again, I'm new. I'm green to this. First time I experienced a slingshot was roughly about 2 years ago when I was in Vegas, and I rented one for like an entire day. And when I got home, I told my wife, I said, I am getting me a slingshot. I was unfamiliarized with it. So when I got accepted into BCS, it opened up an entire different world to me, and I was excited. And I was like, wow. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He has one. He's not he doesn't ride it as often as I would like him to, but that's another story. And then he had told me, he said, hey, have you found anybody, that you can ride with? And I was like, actually, I did. And, and I started describing, BCS and, how you guys move and how we move now as a family. And he was like, basically he was like, yo, I'm excited for you. I don't ride mine as often as you do, but you got a good group of people that you can ride with and you can relate to and things like that. Just be safe out there and et cetera. And it's been a world for me. I've met some wonderful people, and I look forward to continue to meeting some wonderful people and riding with people. And Donnell and I became real close homies. We ride quite often. So it's I'm excited about being part of the BCS family, and I thank you guys for welcoming me in.
Well, I had to tell a story about Tone. We did a parade, and everybody knows. First of all, I ride probably the least amount because it just physically it's difficult sometimes for me to ride. And I have nothing in my slingshot. I don't have a bunch of lights. I don't have a bunch of sound. I have a wrap on the front, and I have a refrigerator behind my passenger seat in case of emergencies. But I don't have a bunch of stuff. And we were doing a parade, and Tone was in front of me and to my left. And we're riding along, and everybody's cheering and yelling. And then Tone is so disrespectful. He turned his music up. And I'm just like, why in the world did we decide to ride with this joker? I can't stand him right now. But I had to say though, during that parade, this is a completely different part of the story. But during that parade, something happened. OG, it was OG, I think, whose slingshot overheated. Wasn't it Arthur? Tone,
Yeah.
was it OG?
Yeah.
His slingshot overheated during the parade. And you saw all the family that was around where he was basically stop to make sure he was okay. And that he was able to get back up and running. I said, that's what family is about. We're here to do this parade. We're here for the community. But at the moment, everybody was more worried that he's going to get home safe, that he's okay. And it was just I think it was a hose or something came loose. It was something minor.
So it was minor.
Yeah, but everybody stopped. And even though Tone was making all that noise, he stopped. He stopped to make sure that everybody was okay. And that's what this family is about.
It's interesting enough. I feel that very same way when I'm riding next to Tony the Tiger.
Right.
I don't want to be next to him.
I'll go anywhere with Tony. I'll go with I'm invisible when I'm with Tony. I'll go anywhere with him.
Right. So again, it's like basic compared to that. But hey, again, it's one of those things that it's no one is in comparison. It seems like everyone wants to do some good things to their slingshots and their cams, and I'm excited to see what everybody does to theirs. And
it's not competition. It just becomes a joke, and people engage.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Friendly competition is good though.
Exactly.
It's good.
Now we have everybody. Let me look at my list here. Everybody here. Fiona, have we checked to see if there's any chats or anything? I haven't looked. Well, I can't see. I can't tell on my device.
She said, "Did you lose somebody?" Oh, we lost Tone.
What she said?
I think we lost Tone. Can you hear me?
Mm-mm.
Barely.
Yeah. It's that. I ain't gonna say nothing about those devices.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you blasting.
Oh, you still can't hear me?
Barely. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me get closer. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, to the panelists, if you had to determine the feeling of what the environment was like at your first BCS meetup in one word, what would that word be?
Ooh. Lisa?
Exhilarating.
Mm, Eris?
Hmm. Uh,
That's 2 words.
right? Oh, exciting.
Uh, Donnell?
The only thing I can say is peaceful. You know, you out there getting your air therapy, enjoying yourself.
You said peaceful?
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Look, I'm gonna go to the late person last. Arthur?
Fantastic.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's your word. I knew you were gonna say that. Toad, how about you?
Invigorated.
That was good.
Eh, I would have to say it's 2 words, but it's more than 2 words. I don't know how to use 2 words. I mean, I don't know how to use 1 word. But I was in awe of what I saw at our first real get together. I was in awe of it. And it gets bigger every time. So I am absolutely amazed. Fiona, what would be your word?
Scary.
Scary?
Scary.
Did you say scary?
From the woman sitting there dressed like a banana. Fiona.
What is going on here?
Wait a minute. Did you say scary? Is that why you had on that helmet? Oh my goodness. Is that? Did we have any other chats that we need to talk about, Fiona?
No. So Priscilla said, I purchased my slingshot August 23rd with no plans but to ride. A friend told me about BCS riding, and I rode with them once and emailed them to join, and wow, no regrets.
Oh, excellent.
Tell Priscilla, that's my girl. I love Priscilla. Hey, girl. That's my buddy.
Oh goodness.
Mhm.
Well, it was so great seeing the 3 of you ride in the other day. You know, I couldn't do the. I was in the boat with Donnell. I didn't have permission to ride, but it was great to see you guys pull in. If I'm trying to think now, are there any questions that you guys want to ask each other, or other questions, other things we think we should discuss? Because I know we're wrapping up and we have announcements and stuff to do.
I do. Okay, so I'm new to the sling world. So if people can just drop me like slingshot info, like for some reason, the slingshot world is like a secret society. you can't, if you don't know somebody that has one that knows the inside to where to get this, where to get that, like you're just stuck. So I've had to learn the hard way. So if somebody can tell me like anything, I don't care what, anything, it's helpful for me. Like, you know, like because I ordered like my lights and stuff like that, but I mean like people that can put them on, where to go for your sound, like, you know, things like that. That's very helpful for somebody like me who's new coming into the group, who has not crossed that. However, I do have my stuff. I just want to get the right people to do it, you know.
Well, you're in the right place because this family will recommend who to go to, who not to go to,
Right. Okay.
who to trust, who not to trust,
That's good.
and share experiences. And I do want to say what you just said is a perfect example of why some people go from being an independent rider to joining a group, because there is access to that information, or people who have more experience in the 3-wheel world than, say, an independent rider who just started, or they've been doing it You know, we've got riders who have been riding independent forever, and you know, they have worked through doing their own lights or their own sound
Right.
by themselves, but then they join a group or start following a group, and they're like, wait a minute, I did that, and I could have done it this way and gotten more information. So I think that's a perfect example of why people go from independent riders to be in groups. Arthur, were you going to say something?
Yeah, what you do, Eris, anytime you got any questions about what you need to do with your slingshot, you guys on here right now do their own stuff. If you just the page, hey, I need help about, you know, so and so, can I get someone to respond to this? This family will respond immediately. Somebody's going to tell you, hey, let me know when you're available. I'll come look at it for you. Or they'll tell you, hey, get in touch with so and so, and he can take care of that for you.
Okay.
I got something to say. So Priscilla said, hold on, she'll hook you up. Priscilla,
Of course they will.
Cotton candy.
Priscilla ain't hooked me up yet. Watch how Aaron's been here 3 weeks. Priscilla ain't hooked me up with nothing.
It's been that long, to be honest. But when she and I met, I mean, we just kind of just clicked. Same with Fiona and everybody else, you know, all the other females. It was, you know, pretty much the same thing.
It's a family. It is definitely a family. Just like Tone's sister. Tone's sister does not ride, and I wish somebody would try to tell us that she wasn't part of our family or part of our group. I wish somebody would. They're gonna catch a whole verbal assault because she's part of the family. Does anybody else have anything they want to share, or questions, or experiences they think are important for people who are considering joining a group, or may have joined the wrong group, or, you know, because there are people who joined the wrong group. So is there anything else anybody wants to share?
Yeah, go ahead.
one question in the comments. Somebody asked, how many Can-Am riders are in the BCS?
How many Can-Am what?
Riders.
Oh my goodness. You know, okay. So for Arthur, you want me to handle this, or you want to handle it?
No, go right ahead.
So BCS is a different kind of animal than a lot of other animals. So it's really hard for us to say how many people, whether they're Can-Ams or slingshots or motorcycles, are members of members of BCS, because like when we do a ride or we get together or when we have an event, it's not a BCS event. It's anybody who wants to join event. So that's a kind of a trick question. I think the last couple of rides we had, it may have been like, I think after the wellness check, it was like 50-50, wasn't it, Arthur, that rode Can-Ams and slingshots?
And see, what we do is tell everybody, if you're riding a Can-Am motorcycle, we're gonna take good care of you, treat you like one of us, because that's what we do. And we everybody. So tell her we have members who are on a Can-Am, but when we meet up to ride, it's so many people that comes because of the ride. We consider everybody a member.
Right.
Is that the proper answer? I mean, because we don't exclude anybody. Because if I start excluding people, now I'm not true to who I am. I'm not true to looking out there and taking care of everybody. Because when you show, I consider all of y'all BCS. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure everybody's safe.
I would guess, and Fiona and Arthur, you might want to give me a different number on this, but I would say at least 1/3 of our really active members are Can-Am riders. Is that a fair number, you think?
Yep.
Yeah, at least 1/3, and that does not include people that always come and support us, like, well, I hate to put his name out there, but like Donald rides with a different group, but he's always there with us. Or or other people, the other Can-Am riders from groups that are primarily Can-Ams that ride with us, but we don't differentiate. So, but I would say active members probably at least 1/3. It may be that number maybe have grown a lot. Don't you think, Arthur?
It's growing like it is.
Yeah. So it's just hard to answer. Plus, we have some members that ride with us that have Can-Ams and have slingshots that have both. So it's just kind of you never know what they're going to drive on what day. So
Is it?
Anything else, Fiona, from our messages? That's it. I think. Does anybody have any announcements or anything they want to make?
I will say I am working on the videos. I'm almost done because I know everybody is waiting.
I've been waiting.
I took so much footage that they're broken up into different videos. So we'll probably have at least 3 videos, maybe more. I don't know. So I'm just finishing up the editing, but they should be out this week. Hopefully I can get them out by tomorrow.
And now the new videos, they don't include Donnell, right? Because he wasn't allowed to.
No, not unless he wants to send me an insert of him riding. I'm more than happy to add it in. But and to answer the questions for my Can-Amers, honey, because they came for me. They said I did not have enough.
Oh my goodness!
In the last video. So listen, I got y'all. But the only reason why is because I think the last ride we didn't have as many as we had this last ride. So. Just to plead my case. but I try to make sure I get everybody. So,
well, I hope you're prepared to take some real good footage of everybody Can-Ams and motorcycles and slingshots with Fiona's upcoming event in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks, Fiona?
Wait.
Oh, it's next week.
Is it next weekend?
The 23rd,
Oh my God.
right?
Not just coming. It's not. Is it just coming weekend?
No, next weekend.
Okay.
26, 27.
Okay. So we're expecting to have pretty much an even number of everything that's out there. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be amazing. I know you were gonna make that announcement, but I'm putting the plug in because I got the mic right now. So I'm putting that plug in. It's gonna be phenomenal. Our host home, our clubhouse, they always take good care of Fiona and BCS and the Unity, not Unity, three-wheel?
It's a East Coast rally.
East Coast 3-wheel rally. I'm going back to last year. But they always take great care of everybody. So hopefully we'll see everybody there. Fiona, on our podcast, I've never asked this before. Can you post a flyer on the screen of the podcast when we're doing announcements?
I can. I would.
I'm asking. I guess I should have asked logistical stuff ahead of time. Who is doing our announcements tonight? I just brought that up.
Miss Fiona.
Miss Fiona. Okay. Well, then I am wrapping it up. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for participating in the panel. I hope I asked questions that you thought were of interest, and then I'm going to turn it over to Fiona.
Can I add something right quick before we go?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a reminder that my sister will be out there selling apparel. Righteous Brand Apparel will be out there on deck. So she'll be having, hats, T-shirts. So anybody that's looking to purchase, apparel could be able to put their orders in for T-shirts, hats, what have you. She has an embroidery system up and running now. So really excited about that. So now, Fiona, that's going to be out on deck too. So anybody want to be able to purchase anything, I think she's going to be there Friday and Saturday. Maybe I have to check with her to see what day she plans on setting up. But people have some opportunities to buy some apparel.
And what's so important about that is she's going to have apparel for the rally and for BCS. It's not
Yeah.
just
Yes,
she's
it's not
she's
just for
able
that. Yeah.
to do
So
both of them.
yeah,
And by the way,
she's gonna.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. I just wanted to put that out there as well, so people
So
have an
you just had an
opportunity to work.
infomercial. That's what you said. You just had an
That was the
infomercial.
infomercial. That was a little shame. That was a shameless plug. My fault.
But Tone, if you would DM me, Tone, if you
Yes.
would DM me,
DM you.
DM me her information.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do.
Okay.
We'll do.
And I just had to say, Tone has more paraphernalia
I do.
than me and Arthur combined. And we've been doing this since we started, but he got more paraphernalia. Every time I see him, he got on something different. So, and his sister does great work. And he's a walking billboard.
I just put my orders. I say, hey, when we ride, I want to have representation of BCS all the time. So when people ask, hey, not only am I representing BCS, I'm also representing my sister's, clothing line, Righteous Apparel. So yeah, I'm a shameless plug all the way around.
We're glad to support her. We're glad to support her.
I appreciate that. She's excited about it.
What you got for us, Fiona?
I didn't know.
Huh?
We can't hear you.
Oh, you still can't hear me?
Oh,
it's going in and out.
Oh, it's from my Wi-Fi. I'm not sure.
We can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was saying I didn't know Teresa was Tone's sister.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't realize that?
All right, I'm gonna do this. This with the panel opinion. Would you ride it? And just give your honest opinion of the vehicles. These are the ones that are found on the internet. So don't shoot the messenger if your vehicle appears tonight. So y'all ready? Here we go. Damn! All right. All right. Here's the first vehicle.
What do you mean? What do we think? That's a trick question. What do you mean? What do we think?
Would you not ride?
Fiona? Would you ride it?
It's different.
Well, it's different, but that didn't answer my question.
That's a strong no for me.
I'm afraid if you hit a bump, that's right back.
I'm not exactly sure what is that?
That's a motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
Is that a motorcycle?
Oh, you know what? I was looking at the back of it and thought that was the front of it. Okay.
Is that the back of it?
Yeah, it looks like a trike, but just souped up. But
that's somebody with too much time and too much money on their hands.
It looks like a wasp to me.
Yeah.
It looks like an insect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Wasp, bee, somewhere in that family.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the color scheme's nice. The rims are nice, but it's very different.
I can't unsee it. What's next?
I can't unsee it either.
Yeah, I can't unsee it.
What is that? Is that a slingshot?
That's
Is that Paul Arthur?
No, that's not Paul, but that.
Wow.
We've got a rider with he doesn't he took it back down to 3 wheels, didn't he, Arthur?
No, he's got the 4-wheel working.
Does he have the 4 wheels working now? Okay. But it doesn't look like that. It looks a whole lot sharper. Donnell, what do you think?
It's nice. That's all I can say. It's nice.
Oh, okay. That was not convincing.
That was not convincing.
Donnell, would you drive that to a BCS event?
Yes, I would.
Well, I think you ought to go ahead and do that to your slingshot.
Ain't nowhere in the world.
Oh, Lisa, what you think? Oh, that Lisa, that's all you right there.
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, that's you right. That's you right there, Lisa. That is you.
That's a little busy for me.
Um, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
What is
That,
happening here?
I do like the tires though. I don't know why I would be one to off road in my slingshot, but I do like the. I don't like the rims, but I like the tires.
Again, a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of creativity.
You know what, Sean? You a natural diplomat, ain't you? Oh, that's me.
I think it's just the teacher in me.
We got anything else, Fiona?
Oh
Is that a four-seater?
Mhm.
Yeah. Predator.
Yeah, now that works for me.
yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
that
that.
works. That works. That works.
Yeah, that one works.
Uh,
Come on
Come on. Come
no,
on. Come on.
No,
hey,
No.
that's a hard no.
now. Yeah,
That's all.
that's not even up for discussion.
It's not even up for discussion. Next.
Oh,
What
so
is
this,
that? A bus?
2, 4, with a 6 seats?
yes,
Six-seater.
I'll pass.
yeah.
That's a hard pass for me.
I don't
Yeah,
want the
I don't even want that many people around me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you just asking for people to just ride.
Because
No.
Is that a
there's gonna be some
bus?
drinking going on in that slingshot.
Oh yeah, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah.
whole.
Well, that's all what I got for the vehicles for today.
All right.
Hmm.
Oh goodness.
So got the Susan and Carolinas, North South Carolina this weekend. You have, of course, next week, Friday, the Coast 3-Wheel Rally. It's going to be in Durham. We are expecting a large crowd. We're going to have great vendors. We're going to have a band. It's going to be awesome. And it's a free event. We do not charge for you to attend this event. May 28th through the 1st, June 1st. It's the Slingshots and Smokies, Maggie Valley. Huge event. Never gone. I've always heard it is definitely something to experience. And we have the North Carolina 2 and 3 Wheel Superfest.
Fiona,
Hear me?
did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. I just wanted to add on to the event, not this coming weekend, the following weekend. I am so excited to be able to say that you and your team are going to have the biggest event in North Carolina. You're going to do it so big and so different, and it's the 3-wheel rally, but it's going to be threes, it's going to be twos, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited.
Thank you.
Arthur going to be working the parking lot, of course. Yeah.
So June 7th and June 8th, that is the second event I'll be doing with my partner in crime, Jerry, from Fayetteville Elite Riders. So that would be in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That one's going to be completely different from the 3-wheel rally. So that's another awesome event. Of course, Jack Long, he is throwing his 3rd annual Slingshot Showcase. Red Oak Brewery, we're excited about that. That day we should be participating in some kind of Juneteenth parade. So more details will be coming out for that soon. They're going to have August 17th, the All Wheels Family Reunion at the Roxborough Racetrack. And then Rapsco will have their group ride. It's going to start in Durham October 26th. And that's going to be another awesome scenic ride. Never been to Rapsco. Rapsco is the #1 group scenic ride. They are awesome. So those are the announcements for today.
Well, everybody has to show up for the Rap So Ride. That's my birthday. So everybody has to show up for that one. Did somebody just cut me off?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just put a post up. I was like, oh, did she just tell me to be quiet? So October 26th, we're going to have a great turnout for that one, too, because that's my birthday. I'm going to make that my unofficial birthday ride. Don't tell Rapso that. All right. Well, I am done.
And I want to say to the panel, thank y'all so much for allowing us to have your time. I know time is precious. Thank you for spending it with us. See you again. It was going to be just like the first time. Big hug.
And we had to stay on extra long because Tone was late.
So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
All right, everybody have a good
family.
night.
Love
Miss
you
Lisa, I
guys.
get that information
Y'all
to
be
you,
safe.
okay?
Okay.
Y'all be good.